the foot that they have to spread the ball of the foot, because when they stand up, that will happen. And make sure it goes up the side of the foot. You just don't want to cover the ball of the foot, so you need to go up and around. Sometimes when you're doing this type of tape, it's like taping an octopus, so just be aware of that. You'll see what I mean when we start applying tension to a stretch tape. I always start at the ball of the foot and I stick the tape down. Once I get up to the heel, to the calcaneus, I'm actually going to start applying tension. So once I start applying tension, you'll see why when I stick it down, it tends to jump up. Keep your tape under tension when you're cutting it, and make sure that you stick it very well to your anchor. We do 3 of these. As I said, in a calf injury, the injury is usually at the muscle tendon junction, so that's where my cross is going to be. And I tend to start on the opposite side of the foot and go around the heel. Make sure I'm sticking that down, I'm not applying any tension whatsoever. Once I come up to the side of the heel, I want my cross to be supporting where the injury is. So, once again, apply your tension, and we'll do it on the other side. Quite often the errors that some people make is they try and apply tension when they're going underneath the ball of the foot. Don't apply tension until you get up to the heel. Once again, apply your tension. Now, sometimes if this is pulling off, you want somebody to actually support it, and I will lock it off once again with a ridger for the same reason as before. Your stretch tape is really expensive. You can secure your ends very nicely with a rigid tape. You wouldn't use a rigid tape to go all the way around the muscle because it would be like applying a tourniquet around the muscle. So just remember to leave it open, and do the same around the ball of the foot. So lock off our ends. Sorry?
You always use a stretch tape.
Yes, because you're supporting the movement here of plantar flexor dorsiflexion, you want it to stretch. If you used a rigid tape in this situation, it'd be like slamming on the brakes. Now, some people say to pull this taping in. I suggest you actually leave this floating, because what you're trying to do is, as you dorsiflex, plantar flex, that tape is stretching with the movement. If you pull that in tight here, all of a sudden, the only stretch you've got is that component there. Alright, so they'll put on their sock, that'll hold it in close, but you'll get the full benefit of the whole stretch tape. That make sense? Now, if we're doing Achilles taping, don't be afraid to move your anchor down to the muscle tendon junction, and once again we'll have our cross closer down to where the Achilles is, but it's exactly the same technique as we do with the calf taping. I do quite a bit of this type of taping because I look after the umpires, and just because of the age of the umpires, they're backwards and sideways running, I tend to end up with a bucket load of calf injuries. So I tend to use quite a lot of this tape.